Good morning. Welcome to another session with me, Sri Lekha, lecturer in mechanical engineering, SRRS Government Polytechnic, Agraharam, Telangana. So, in the previous classes, we have discussed something regarding the geometric properties of sections. So, we have discussed a few things such as center of gravity, centroid, and moment of inertia, radius of gyration and theorem of parallel axis and theorem of perpendicular axis. So in this class we are going to discuss a few problems on moment of inertia. So in the last class we have discussed something regarding moment of inertia and radius of gyration. So moment of inertia, we have defined that moment of inertia of an area about an axis is product of the area and square of the distance of the center of gravity of the area from that axis. Next, we have discussed that radius of gyration. So, radius of gyration of a given lamina on a body is defined as the distance from the reference axis of which whole area of section is assumed to be concentrated. So it is denoted by K. K is equal to under root of I by A. So where K is the moment radius of gyration, I is the moment of inertia, A is the area of section. So in the last classes we have solved simple problems on moment of inertia and radius of gyration, and in this class we are going to discuss moment of inertia of I section, T section, channel section and L section. So you are going to be cleared how you are going to find the moment of inertia of a I section, T section and a channel section. So let us once again remember how to find moment of inertia uh, for a composite sections. So in that, so first to determine moment of inertia of a composite body, first we have to draw the composite area. So next you have to divide that area into simple plane areas such as a rectangle or a triangle or a square, etc. Next, after that you have to find the centroid of each section. Thereafter you are going to find the centroid of the entire composite area. Next, you have to find the distance from the centroid of the composite section to the centroid of each part. Next, you have to find the moment of inertia of each part about its centroid. Next, you will be finding the sum of moment of inertia of simple areas, and then uh, you'll just sum the moment of inertia about the x-axis and a moment of inertia about the y-axis, that is ixx equal to ix1 plus ix2 plus ix3 and so on, and iyy equal to iy1 plus iy2 plus iy3 and so on. So that is the procedure how you find moment of inertia of a composite figures. Okay, so let us take down the problems. So find the moment of inertia as shown in the figure about centroidal axis parallel to the flange. So parallel to the flange means, see, you can see 1, 2, 3 in. So this is an I section. So which can be further divided into three rectangles, that is 1, 2 and 3. So for this what we need to do? So first we drew the area, drew the given figure, that is I section, and the second step is you have to divide it into simple planes. Those are three rectangles. Next, you need to find centroid of each rectangle. Thereafter you know how to find the centroid of the composite figure, right? That is making use of x bar equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 and so on by a1 plus a2. Similarly, y bar equal to a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 and so on by a1 plus a2 plus a3. So likewise you are going to find everything. Next, so thereafter you will find moment of inertia about each section, right? So now uh, let us do this. So it is asked that to find the centroidal to find the moment of inertia along the centroidal axis parallel to the flange. So centroidal axis parallel to the flange means you know that an I section is made up of two flanges and a web. A web is the one which connects two flanges. So parallel to the flanges means parallel to the x axis you need to find. It means about y you need to find out. So let us do this. So for the first section, it is 100 is its length and its width is 20. And for the second section, 20 is its length and 100 is its width. And similarly for the third section, 200 is its 200 is its length and 20 is its thickness. So first let us take the centroid of this. So centroidal distances. So for the first one, if you see this is symmetric about the y axis. So you need to find about the x axis. So on y axis everywhere the value is 100 and the x term is everywhere it is 100. So coming to the y term, so for the first one, for the first rectangle, if you take the y term, it is something like 20 by 2 plus 100 plus 20 means 120 plus 10 by 2, that is 130 is about the y1. Next, y2 value is, if you see, so from the x axis you have to count, it is at a distance of 20 mm, and here you have to take, it is 100 by 2. So 100 by 2 is 50 plus 20, it is 70. So 70 is y2. So similarly y3 is, you can take it as how much? Y3 is simply 20 by 2. For a rectangle it is simply b by 2. Okay. So like this you are going to it. Next, so you will find the centroid. So for this the centroid is so 200 into 20 is its area, means 4000 into 10 plus this one, you know, it is 2000 into 70 plus 100 into 20, 2000 into 130. So by 2000 plus 2000 plus 4000, that will get, you will get y bar, that is 55. So you can see here. So area of the first section is 100 into 20, it is 2000. And the centroidal distance we already calculated, it is 20 by 2 plus 100 plus 20, you'll get 130. Next, so area A into Y, it is nothing but 2000 into 130, you'll get 2,60,000. Next, AY square means, so again 2000 into 130 into 130, you'll get 33 lakhs. So 80, so 3 crores 38 lakhs. Next, IG means moment of inertia about centroidal axis. It is simply BD cube by 12. We know the formula, BD cube by 12. So BD cube by 12 means 100 into 20 cube by 12, where B is 100, D is 20. So you'll get 66,667 mm to the power of 4. Next, similarly, for the second problem, you know that it is length is 20 and its height is 100. It is the web. So this one you'll get 2000. Next, you know the distance is 70. It is something like 100 by 2 plus 20. 100 by 2 is 50 plus 20 is 70. So 70 into 2000 is 140. Next, ay square means area into this distance, centroidal distance y square. This 2000 into 70 into 70. You will get 98 lakhs. Again, Ig, moment of inertia about its centroidal axis. It is BD cube by 12. So 20 into 100 cube. Next, the third section is the bottom flange. It is its length is 200 and its width is 20. So area is 4000. Next, the centroidal distance is 10. Now area into this distance is 40,000. Next, area into this distance square is 4 lakhs. So again, moment of inertia about this centroidal axis is BD cube by 12. You'll get something like 1,33,033. Okay. So now some of the areas I am taking, nothing but A1 plus A2 plus A3. It is 8,000. Next here also A1Y1 plus A2Y2 plus A3Y3. It is 4,40,000. Now if I want to get Y bar, nothing but centroid of the given composite section, Y bar is equal to a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 by a1 plus a2 plus a3. Nothing but 4,40,000 by 8,000. So you will get the centroid. Next, ay squares I am taking, that is 3 crores 38 lakhs. Okay. And next is 98 lakhs. Next is 4 lakhs. So sum of all this you will be getting somewhere about 44 crores, right? Or else you can simply take it as 44 millions. Next, IG1 plus IG2 plus IG3, it is 66,667 plus 16 lakhs 66,667 plus 1 lakh 33,333. So entirely on the whole you will be getting 18 lakh 66,667. Now, so this is what we have already discussed. The y bar is nothing but moment of sum of the moment of areas by sum of the areas. It's nothing but 4,40,000 by 8,000. It is 55 mm. Next, moment of inertia about the base is moment of I is equal to moment of inertia about its centroid plus sum of the ay square. This is as per the parallel axis theorem. So it states that the moment of inertia of a plane area about its axis is equal to sum of the moment of inertia about the centroidal axis plus the product of area and the square of the distance between the two axes, right? So like this we will be doing this. Now we already calculated everything. Uh, this one we have calculated from the tabular column. So you'll get somewhere about 45 millions. Okay. So this is your answer. So Ixx is equal to about the base, it is 48 lakhs 86,667. It is equal to like this, and Ixx is equal to this value. Moment of inertia about its axis. Okay. Next. A bar of T section has a flange 50 mm wide and 10 mm thickness web. is 80 mm deep and 10 mm thick as in the figure given below. Find moment of inertia of this section about the centroidal axis IXX and YY. So given that a T section is there whose flange is of length 50 and its thickness is 10, and this web is also of thickness 10 and the depth of this web is 80. Now you need to find moment of inertia about the centroidal axis IXX and IYY. So since this is not symmetric about any axis, so you can easily find IXX and IYY. So for this, what you need to do first? So as per the procedure, first you have to divide this T section into two simple planes, that is nothing but two rectangles. So the first rectangle is 50 by 10 and the second rectangle is 80 by 10. Next, so that is what we have divided the given section into two rectangles. Next, area of the first rectangle is 80 by 10. 80 into 10, it is 800 mm square. Next, area of the second rectangle is A2 is equal to 50 into 10, that is 500 mm square. Now, position of the centroid from the bottom edge we have to take. This, you know the old formula, it is y bar is equal to a1 y1 plus a2 y2 by a1 plus a2. So, in the previous figure, let us once trace out this y value. From the bottom if you see, so for this particular rectangle, this is on the x-axis, so you can simply take y1 is equal to b by 2, nothing but 40 by 2. Similarly, y2 is equal to 10 by 2 plus 80, nothing but 80 plus 5, 85. So this is 85 and this is 40. Y1 equal to 40, y2 equal to 85. Similarly, horizontal if you take, so from this place if you see, so if this is 10, this side it will be how much, 20, and this side also 20, so 20 plus 10 by 2, it is nothing but 25, and here also horizontal it is 20 plus 10 by 2, it is 25. So this is symmetric about the y-axis. So along the y-axis you will get the, it is a symmetric one. So x1 equal to x2 equal to x bar equal to, simply it is 25. Coming to the y bar, so you should make of the values. So this was y1 was 40 and y2 is 85. Now substituting these two, it is 800 into 40 plus 50 into 85 by 800 plus 500, you'll get a value of 57.3 mm. So next, moment of inertia. So you have already got that y bar is 57.3. So to find moment of inertia, you need to find the distance from the centroid to the centroid of the composite figure to the centroidal axis of the each plane figure. So we are denoting this moment of inertia of, centroid of the composite figure, that is 57.3. We know that centroid of the first figure is 40. So now centroidal distance between the composite figure and the first section is simply 57.3 minus 40. So you will get 17.3. Next, similarly, the centroidal distance between the second figure and the composite figure, you can simply take, it is 27.7. 57.3 minus 85 minus 57.3. So you will get 27.7. So the centroidal distances you have got. So now moment of inertia of given section about x axis is, so Ixx1 equal to Ig1 plus A1 H1 square. Okay. So Ixx1 means Ig is nothing but moment of inertia about the centroidal axis. You know the formula, it is BD cube by 12. Again, area A1 hy1 square. A1 means area of the first section, and hy1 means centroidal distance between the distance between both the centroidal axes, right? That is nothing but composite figure x bar and x1. You got already, it is 17.3. So it is nothing but 57.3 minus 40. So substituting the values, you'll get 6,66,098.67 mm to the power of 4. Similarly, for the second section also, moment of inertia about the xx2, nothing but about that 85 line. So it is Ig2 plus A2 H2 Hy2 square. So Ig2 is nothing but B2 D2 cube by 12 plus A2 means 500, it is 15 to 10, into Hy2 means Y2 minus Y bar. You got this by making use of 80 minus 80, 85 minus 57.3. Okay. So what will be the value? It is simply something like 3,87,811.67 mm to the power of 4. So now I want total moment of inertia means Ixx is equal to Ixx1 plus Ixx2. Nothing but summation of all the moment of inertia. So it is simply like 6,66,098.67 plus 3,87,811.67. So you'll get a value of 10,53,910.3 mm to the power of 4. So this is how you'll get the moment of inertia. Next, moment of inertia about y-axis. So centroid of the given figure section lies on the y axis because x1 equal to x2 equal to x bar, that is 25. So the difference between all the centroidal distance hx1 is simply a 0. So 0 into something would give you 0 only. So the centroid of each part is simply Iy1 plus Iy2. So you will not have AHX1 square or AHX2 square because it is a 0. Now Iyy equal to Iyy1 plus Iyy2. So it is simply dB cube by 12, d1b1 cube by 12 plus d2b2 cube by 12. So d1b1 cube by 12 plus d2b2 cube by 12. Nothing but so 80 into 10 to the power of 3 by 12 plus 80 into 10 into 80 cube by 12. So it is simply 1,10,833.33 mm to the power of 4. Okay. So this is how you will be calculating the moment of inertia about the y axis. Okay. Next, let us determine the moment of inertia of a channel section about its centroidal axis. Okay, so given that a channel section whose length is 50, whose height depth is 100, and that thickness of the depth is 6, whereas thickness of its length is 9. Okay, so what you need to do for this? First, we need to divide this section into into three uh, simple planes. Nothing but you can simply divide it into three rectangles. Now, after sorry, after finding these rectangles, now you what all you can do is you can simply find the areas of each rectangle, centroid of each rectangle. Then after you will find the centroid of entire figure by making use of x bar equal to a1x1 plus a2x2 plus a3x3 by a1 plus a2 plus a3. Next, similarly, y bar is equal to a1y1 plus a2y2 plus A3Y3 by A1 plus A2 plus A3. Okay, so this is the procedure. Then after getting x bar and y bar, so it is given that you have to find the centroid, about the centroidal axis. So moment of inertia is equal to, simply ixx1 plus ixx2 plus ixx3. So it is simply b1 d1 cube by 12 plus b2 d2 cube by 12 plus b3 d3 cube by 12. Okay, so likewise. So that is what. Divide the entire section into 3 rectangles. Okay, so first rectangle is 44 by 9. Its length is 44 and its depth is 9. So 44 into 9, it will give you how much value? It is simply nothing but 396 mm. Next, second rectangle. Area of the second rectangle is 100 into 6. So it will give you a value of 100 into 6 means 600. Next, area of the third rectangle. It is 44 into 9. It is again 396. Okay, so next, the section is symmetric about x axis, so centroid will lie on the x axis only. Next, again, now the distance of the centroid from OY, nothing but x bar. So x bar equal to, we know that it is simply moment of areas, summation of the moment of areas by summation of the areas. It is a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 by a1 plus a2 plus a3. It is simply 396 into 28 plus 600 into 3 plus 396 into 28. Nothing but 3 by 393 plus 600 plus 396. So you will get a value of 17.2 mm. Next, so this is how you found. So for the first one, it is 28. So 28 is its x value is 28. Next, for the second one, it is a 3. Nothing but distance from the y axis. From this particular axis, the centroid is 28 here. For this, it is 3. For this is also, it is 28 only. Next, if you find the distance from the centroid, it's nothing but uh, the x bar. So you got that x bar as how much? You got it is 17.2. So now hx1 hx1 means x bar minus x1 value. So x bar minus x1 means how much you will get? Nothing but 17.28 minus 17.2. So 28 minus 17.2 means it is 10.8. Again, hx2 means x2 value is 3, and you know that it is, that value you already know, it is how much? 3. So 17.2 minus 3, you know, it is simply 14.2. Okay, next, hx3, nothing but centroidal distance between the x bar and x3 line. So that one you will take as simply 28 minus 17.3. So 28 minus 17.3 is nothing but, it is 6.8. Okay, So this is how you'll find the centroidal distances. Next, moment of inertia about y-axis is Iyy is equal to Iy1 plus Iy2 plus Iy3. Now if I take the values, okay, if I take the formulae, it is, so you know that both are symmetric, so I can simply write 2 Iy1 plus Iy2. Okay, so 2 into Ig1 plus AHX1 square plus Ig2 plus AH2 x1 square, because you know that both the flanges are of same size. Okay, so I'm just substituting. Ig means dbq by 12 plus AHX1 square, and next one more thing is what? It is simply d2 b2 cube by 12 plus a2 h2 hx2 square. Now if I take the values, it is, you know that b1 is 44 and d1 is 9, and areas also we know that it is 44 into 9 is 396. Next, d2 b2 cube, if you take, it is 100 into 5, and a2 is 600 and h2 is 14.2. Okay, so now if I take all the values, you can simply find it out that, so 2 into 9 into 44 cube by 12 plus 396 into 10 to the 10.8 square plus, so 100 into 5 cube by 12 plus 600 into 14.2 square. So on calculating everything, you will get what? You will get the value as 2 into 63,888 plus 46,189.44 plus 1,22,784. Okay, so this is how you'll be calculating, and you'll get a value of 3,42,938.9 mm to the power of 4. So B value is 344 mm and D value is 82 mm. So its base is 50 and height is 100. So this section is having different values of B and D, right? So the base is 44 and height is 80 mm. So moment of inertia about x axis means you can simply take, it is BDQ by 12 minus BDQ by 12. So it is 5 into 100 cube by 12 minus 5 into minus 44 into 82 cube by 12. So what all we can do now? So you can simply take this value as 5 into 100 square cube by 12 minus 44 into 82 cube by 12 as simply 21 lakhs 44,984. Okay, so this is the value. Now next, for an unequal angle section 125 into 75 into 10 mm, find the moment of inertia about the centroidal axis IXX and IYY. Okay, so IXX and IYY. So there is an L section of length 75, depth 125 and thickness is 10. So you need to find moment of inertia about XX and about YY. Okay. So let us do it now. Now taking first we have to divide this L section into two simple figures. So first simple figure is what? It is simply a rectangle of total length 75 and height of 10. Now second simple figure is what? It is simply, it is simply a rectangle of length 10 and its height is simply 115 because 10 is left over, is gone to the first one, so leftover thing is simply 115. Okay, now you need to find centroid of each figure. So for this first one, if you see, its length is how much? 75. So B L by 2 means 37.5 by 2. So what value you will be getting? You will be getting simply 75 by 2 means 37.5. Similarly for the second section, if you see, this is 10 and its value, if you see, it is 5. So L by 2 is 5. Similarly, Y by 2 of this first section is simply B by 2. It is 10 by 10 by 2. Similarly, Y by 2 means 115 by 2 plus 10. Okay, 115 by 2 plus 10 means how much you will get? You will get something like 67.5. So y1 is 5 and y2 is 67.5, and it is now x bar means a1 x1 plus a2 x2. Now, so it is a1 x1 means 75 by 10. It is 750 into 10 into 37.5 plus 110 into 115 into 5 by 110 into 115 plus the 75 into 10. What value will you get? So you will get simply the x bar. Similarly y bar also. So 75 into 10 into 5. plus 10 into 115 into 4. So let us find areas of each. This A1 means 75 into 10. What you'll get simply 750 mm square. Next, A2 means 115 into 10, 1150 square. So now position of the centroid, if you take, it is y bar is equal to a1 y1 plus a2 y2 by a1 y1 plus a1 plus a2. That is equal to 750 square, 750 into 5 plus 1150 into 67.5. Okay. So this is by 750 plus 1150. So this is how we calculate. Next, my bar value is 47.83. Next, similarly, position of centroid from OY. It is x bar is equal to 750 into 37.5 plus 1150 into 5 by 750 plus 1150. So you'll get 17.83. Okay. Now moment of inertia about x is Ixx is equal to Ixx1 plus Ixx2. Okay. So Ixx1 means Ig plus Ah square. Next, Ixx2 means Ig2 plus Ah2 H2 square. So it is Ign means BDQ by 12. So B means it is again 75. So you can write simply 7 BD cube by 12 plus area A1 means L into B again. BD B into D into HY square means Y bar minus Y1. So 75 into 10 cube by 12 plus 750 into 87.83 square plus similarly B2 D2 cube by 12 plus A2 into HY2 square. So 10 into 115 cube by 12 plus 1150 into 24.67 square. So what value will you get? It is simply 30 lakhs 46,877.74 mm to the power of 4. So this is how you calculate moment of inertia. Next, moment of inertia about y axis. So you can take it as y is equal to Iy1 plus Iy2. Okay. So Iy1 plus Iy2 means what all you have to write is db cube by 12 plus AHY1 square plus db cube by 12 plus AH2 Y2 square. So it is Iy1 means dB cube by 12. dB cube by 12 means 10 into 70 cube by 12 plus 750 into 19.67 square plus again 115 square by 12 plus 1150 into 12.83 square. So now this will give you a value of 8,40,627.74 square. Okay, so now you got the Iyy1, Iy2. So this is how we calculated the values. Okay. So in this class we have learned how to find moment of inertia of different composite sections. So how do you find it? Once again, a simple recap. So you have to divide the entire composite figure into definite simple plane sections. So after finding that definite plane section, you have to find the individual areas of each section, then centroids of each section, and after finding centroids of each section, you'll make use of the formula x bar equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 and so on by a1 plus a2 plus a3. Similarly, y bar is equal to ay1 plus ay2 plus ay3 and so on by a1 plus a2 plus a3, and you'll find the x bar and y bar, nothing but centroid of the entire composite figure. Thereafter you'll find the distances. So centroidal distances, nothing but distance between the individual sections and the centroid of the composite figures, nothing but hx1 is equal to x bar minus x1, hx2 is equal to x bar minus x2, hx3 is equal to h bar minus x3. So likewise you will find the distances. Similarly, hy1 equal to y bar minus y1, hy2 equal to y bar minus y2, hy3 equal to y bar minus y3, and so on. So in this fashion you will be finding the moment of inertia of each section. After that, what you'll do is simply make use of the formula moment of inertia, that is bd cube by 12 and db cube by 12, and you'll simply make use of first one. Ix1 equal to bd cube by 12, ix2 equal to db cube by 12, ix3 equal to bd cube by 12. Likewise, b1 d1 cube by 12, b2 d2 cube by 12, b3 d3 cube by 12. Next, similarly, iy1 equal to db cube by 12, iy2 equal to d2 b2 cube by 12, iy3 equal to d3 b3 cube by 12. Likewise, and thereafter we'll find all the values. Next, so ix means moment of inertia about x-axis is simply ix1 plus ix2 plus ix3. So it is simply ig1 plus ahy1 square plus ig2 plus ah2 square plus ig3 plus ahy3 square. Again, similarly, moment of inertia about oy axis, nothing but Iyy is equal to Iy1 plus Iy2 plus Iy3. So Iy1 means Ig plus AH x1 square. Next Iy2 means Ig2 plus AH2 square. Similarly Ig3 means Ig3 plus AHY3 square, and thereafter you will take summation of everything. So this is how you will find Ixx and Iyy. So this is how we uh, make the moment of inertia. So in tomorrow's class we are going to discuss something uh, after this, few more problems. Okay, so this is for today. Thank you.